Shalom, shalom. This is the Brothers of Bach coming back with another lesson. Lord willing, this will be edifying. I'd like to start off this lesson by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the hopeful elect of the house of Israel, those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their abilities, waiting upon Yahweh Shai to come and deliver them from this wicked kingdom, and pushing forth the word whether people hear or forbear. All right, so this is a segment of vanity of idolatry. Okay, and today we're going to speak about Molech, the god of the power of the Canaanites. Okay, so before that, we're just going to go into how Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua is the only power to be worshipped. Okay, all right, because there is no other power but Him. He's the one that created heaven and earth, and we have to implement that. This lesson is not so we can get. This lesson is not so we can learn about Molech. It's just to show you the vanity of worshiping that idol, or worshiping any other, the folly behind worshiping any other power, any other name but Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. Okay, so the real importance is to know that you have to turn back to the Father to obtain salvation. Okay, through Yahweh Shai, because there is no other name but Yahweh Shai that you can obtain salvation. Okay, that's the way that Yahweh the Father set it up. Okay, and without the name, without the proper understanding, you will never obtain salvation on this side. Okay, so it says here in Isaiah 45 and 5, I am the Lord. Okay, so that's Yahweh speaking, all caps, Lord, all caps. I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no other power but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, there is none else. There is no other power besides me. Okay, there is no God beside me. Okay, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, He's the highest. He's the one. Okay, He's the most high, the highest. Okay, you can't get higher than Him. Okay, there is no other power beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord. Okay, that's a boastful statement, and the Lord can be prideful. Okay, because it says pride was not made for men, but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is not a man. He is the power. Okay, I am the Lord, man, and no one else can say that. Okay, no one else can put a all caps Lord in front of their name, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, He is, man. Okay, and there is none else. I formed the light. I created darkness, so He controls both sides. Okay, He's a mighty power. He's the highest because He controls both sides, good and evil. I make peace and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So everything is under the hands of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. He's in total control, man. Okay, for thus said the Lord that created heaven, that created the heavens, the power Himself that formed the earth and made it. He established it. He created not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord. There is none else. Okay? So you have to put that in your mind. There is no other power. No Buddha, no Allah, no Molech. Okay? None of that. None of that. All these other things are vanity. As it says here in Psalms 96 and 4. For the Lord is great. Lord, all caps again. The Lord is great and greatly to be praised. For he is. So like He is to be feared above all powers. Okay, and again, that power is a lowercase g. Okay, lowercase g, because power goes again to judges and alahayim. Okay, the powers, because even us, we are gods in the flesh. Okay, that we are the children of the Most High. So we are gods in the flesh, but we will die as men. Okay, but it says what? There is no, you shouldn't fear any other power but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. As it says, as Yahweh Shai told us, I will tell you who you should be afraid of. Don't be afraid of man that can only kill the flesh. Okay, be afraid of Yahweh that can kill, both destroy the body and the soul in hell. Okay, so it says here, for all the powers, again, it says here, for all the gods, and that God is lowercase g. Okay, for all the powers of the nations are idols. Okay, so they're not real. Okay, so they're vain. Okay, all the powers of the nations, okay, these heathens are idols, but the Lord, okay, again, Lord, all caps, the Lord made the heavens. Okay, no other power, no other idol. The idols of the nations, they can't claim that feat. Okay, that accomplishment, they cannot claim that, because the Lord himself, he's the one that made heaven and earth. He's the one that creates light and creates darkness. He's the one that gives good and that kills and makes alive. No other can has that power. Okay? The Lord is in control. Okay? So it says here in Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication. Okay? Spiritual fornication, as fornication is the turning yourself committing spiritual adultery, from turning yourself from their maker. Okay, it says pride is the beginning of sin when one's departed from his maker. Okay, so the beginning of idols, so when you devise idols, that's the beginning of spiritual fornication. Okay, because you already know that there's one power, and now you want to create powers unto yourself. Okay, but again, you made those powers that are not real, that never even lived. Okay, these nations, they have powers that never even lived. We have the living power. Okay, all these other nations, they're gods. They've never been alive. They can't. They have ears, but they can't hear. They have eyes, but they can't see. They have mouths, but they can't speak. They have feet, but they can't move. Okay, all right. So again, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, He is the living power. Okay. So the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them, the corruption of life. Because why? You're not following after the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai. By following after vanity, following after idolatry, okay, you're moving further and further away from the ways of the Lord, and again, not even acknowledging that He is. Okay, for you to come serve the Lord, you have to first acknowledge that He is. Okay, so by you following after idols, you're already off. You're already on the wrong course. Okay, you're walking that broad way that leads unto death. Okay, for neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever, because they never really existed. Okay, it was a figment of their imaginations, the figment of imaginations of the heathens, because they know there's a power, but they don't know the power. Okay, he shew his words and his secrets, his statutes, his commandments unto Jacob and Israel, his servants. Okay, so these other nations, he gave him up unto vile affections. He gave him up unto a reprobate mind. He gave him up unto Satan. Okay, so that he can plague them in their minds and form idols and bow down to rocks, bow down to the sun, bow down to the creature rather than to the creator. Okay, so again, following after idols, that's the beginning of spiritual fornication. All right. So again, bringing it back to Molech. Okay, this is the whole point of the lesson. Now we know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, He is the power. He is the one that's supposed to obtain the glory, the praises, and the honor. Okay, He's not supposed, and no other power can claim the works that He's done. Can claim the love that He has for His children. Can claim His position. There is none else. The Lord Himself said, I am the Lord and there is none besides me. Okay, so it's just Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, as He says, it gets lonely at the top. Yeah, but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, He's at the top. Okay, and there is no one else with Him. Okay, so again, bringing it back to Molech, the power of the Canaanites. So it says here, Molech, a Canaanite deity associated with biblical sources with the practice of child sacrifice. Okay, and we're gonna get into that. Okay, but that's the main way. That's the main way of worshiping Molech, is by practicing child sacrifice. Okay, so it says here the name derives from the combination of the Hebrew word malak, okay, and the vowel boshet. So malak goes into king and boshet goes into shame. Okay, boshat. Okay, so it goes into king of shame. Okay, that's what it means. And also, and later on, they gave him the name of Baal. Okay, so Molech is also associated with Baal. Okay, so when you hear Baal and Molech, that's really the same deity. It's the same deity. Okay, the same idol. Okay, so it says here Molech was depicted as a human. Molech was depicted as a human body with a bull's head. Okay, all sorts of confusion. Okay, all right. Just like the Egyptians, they have power. They have gods with cat, with the head of a cat and body of a man, head of a cat, head of a dog, and birds or whatever. Mix. But that's all confusion. The Lord is not, and that's how you know that they've been given unto Satan, because the Lord is not the author of confusion. Okay, so it says here, so Molech was depicted as a human body with a bull's head, with arms outstretched and a belly that opened to serve as a furnace. A particular disturbing practice of Molech worship was infant or child sacrifice. Families allowed children to pass through the fire or to be burnt alive to Molech to secure favors and prosperity. So they were sacrificing their children for blessings. And again, bringing it back to the vanity of idolatry. They're sacrificing their seed, okay, the product of their own of their loins, their flesh and blood, to an object that never even lived, that can't answer your prayers, that can't even save itself, that can't pass judgment, that can't do nothing. Okay, all right. So you're sacrificing your flesh and blood, making them go through the fire, burning them alive, okay, unto something that can't even answer you. All right, that's the vanity of idolatry, man. Okay? It says here in Leviticus 18 and 21, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am the Lord. That's the commandment that the Lord gave unto us, not to do as the Gentiles. Okay? Not to do like these other nations. Like I said, they were giving up unto Satan. They were giving up unto vanity. They were giving up unto confusion. Not us, man. The Lord gave us law, statutes, and commandments, how to serve Him and how to live righteously among the on the earth. Okay, it says here in Jeremiah 10 and 1, hear ye the word which the Lord spake unto you, O house of Israel. Unto the world, no, O house of Israel. The Lord is speaking directly and exclusively to the children of Israel, not the whole world. This book is for the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, and the great multitude, and the scattered, and those Israelites that are scattered among the nations that look like these other nations, but are really, if you check their lineage, it goes back to the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, and that's how you have to test the spirit by the spirit, and not look by carnal means. Okay, not judge because of the appearance. Okay, but again, the Lord is speaking to the house of Israel. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the size of the heavens, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay, so that goes into the chariots. Don't be afraid of the chariots, because that's the chariots of Israel, the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Shai, here to deliver us from this wicked kingdom. Okay, they're showing themselves even more now, to make them know that Yahweh Bashim Shai is on his way, man. To give us comfort. If you're in the know, you know that those are the chariots, the vehicles that the Lord is using, that the angels are using to make themselves known. Okay, it's fearful because again, the heathens are dismayed at it, but us, we're not to be dismayed at it, because that represents our salvation is nearer than we believe. Okay, so again, learn not the ways of the heathen, for the customs of the people are vain, vanity of idolatry, because all their moral compass, all their way of life is based on a lie. That is why it is vain. Okay, the whole foundation is built on sand. Okay, that is why it cannot stand. Okay, and then it says here, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the work of the hands of a workman with an axe. And that goes into like Christmas, and that really goes into all those pagan holidays, man, pagan wicked days, man, right? That you worship, that you're fed, as a child, when you grew up. Even your family members that might not know that you're Israelites, they might have pushed that into you, into the way you were growing up, following after Santa Claus, waiting for Easter, the Easter bunny hunt or whatever, St. Patrick's Day, all those wicked days, man. Even Halloween, the Day of the Dead. You understand, man. When you come to understand the meaning of words, when you start to look around, you understand even without knowing the truth, even if just by looking around, you come to the understand that this place is wicked, without even knowing the truth. Myself, I could see, why are people celebrating the Day of the Dead? I thought the Lord, because I was still into the scriptures, I said, I thought the Lord was the power of the living. Why would you celebrate the Day of the Dead, man? All right, that does that mean if you celebrate it, you're part of the congregation of the dead? Yeah, rather not do that, man. You know, Tawari Yahweh Ba'ashem Yashai, to have waken me up from this understanding, from the madness of the world, and taking me out of the vanity, and cleansing me through His word. Okay, and now again bringing it back to Molech, to this modern day. What is the modern day child sacrifice. That goes into abortion. Okay, and this is the definition of abortion. Okay, in the Google definition, it says that deliberate termination of human pregnancy. Okay, so even before the child is born, okay, and comes out of the mother's womb, they delete it before it's even gets to breathe its first breath of air. Okay, through the technology of Isa Edom, through his witchcraft. Okay, most often during the first 20 weeks of pregnancy, 28 weeks of pregnancy. Okay, no, I think last year they were fighting for the rights of allowing abortions, to be allowed to do abortions further than 28 weeks. Okay, but I think I'm not too sure what's going on with that situation. I think they said they refused it, and then there was big like outcries from the woman, from these murderers, from these child murderers that wanted to that wanted the ability, through the decrees of Isa Edom, to be allowed to terminate, to delete the child in their womb further than 28 weeks. And I believe they got it, man. All right, so let's go into I got a few stats pertaining to abortions. So we're gonna go into it. Lord willing, this will be edifying. Bear with me. So it says here in compass.org, okay? And I believe, let me see, when was this article written? It doesn't really say. It's like here. It doesn't really say when this article was written, but so it says here the demographic breakdown of women who are getting abortions. So to get the whole picture, who is getting abortions? And I believe that's in the United States. Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to skip the. So it says here. It says here, since 2011, politicians have enacted 400 pieces of legislation restricting this medical procedure. But you know that there's still people who do it, you know? So it says here, one important group voice is often absent in the heated debate. The women who choose abortion, while 1 in 4 women will undergo abortion in her lifetime, still might keep their story untold. I'm not trying to read all that. Okay, it says here the women who choose abortion. Abortion is a routine part of reproduction health. They make it seem like it's okay. It's routine. Okay, they say it's a routine, but it's in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yashai, it's wicked. That goes back to child sacrifice. Okay, that's the same thing as making your children pass through the fire. Okay, they say it's a routine part of reproductive healthcare. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It says, as it says, woe to them that make evil good and good evil. Okay, so they make child sacrifice as a thing that is not to be ashamed of. Okay, they made it like it's a routine. It's something that happens every day. Okay, like they say, niggas die every day, babies die every day, man. Babies get aborted every day, man. Okay, so it says here approximately 25% of women in the U.S. will undergo abortions before the age of 45. So 1 out of 4 women, right? So it says here demographic of abortion under the age of 20. It says here 11% will undergo abortion. From the age of 20 to 24, 36%. So like, give me a second. So as I was saying, and from the age of 30 to 25 to 29, it says 26% will undergo abortion. 30 to 34, it goes into 15%, and 35 to 39, 9%, and 40 and older, 3%. So let's go into the race, the ethnicity, the so-called Edomites, the so-called white people. They're the top of the list of people who do child sacrifice, who do abortions. So it goes into 38% will 38% of the woman will undergo um, abortion. Okay, from the scale from white, black, Hispanic, Asian, and others. So the top of the list, the top aborter, okay, is the Edomites. Okay, because it's already in their culture. He is as death; it can never be satisfied. All right, so it's nothing for him to kill. It's the bloody Hebrew. It's nothing for him to kill. Okay, to kill his own. All right, but then after that is the so-called Eve. So-called Eve, the nigger woman. Okay, she'll abort 25%, 27%, and after that is the Hispanic, 24%. But again, you can always trace it back to Isa Edom, okay, because he's the wicked behind the oppression, behind the mentality, behind the wickedness that's being partaken in Jake's life. Okay, we're not playing the victim. You have to follow the money. Okay, because they've put a lot of money. They invested a lot in those abortion clinics. Okay, they invested a lot in separating the families. Okay, making sure that the household doesn't have the man around. Okay, you see. So again, it says here education attainment. So their level of education. It says here 8% of those of women that committed abortions are that have no high school diploma is 8%. High school diploma 27%. Some college and associate degree 40%. Okay, 40%, nearly half of those women that go to college or go to the university, they end up getting an abortion. Okay, because you know that the universities are really whorehouses, man. Okay, this is the entry stage for whoredom. Okay, you know, with their fraternities, the initiations, all that stuff, man. Your daughter goes to the college to get turned out. Okay, it says here college degree 23%. All right. It says here number of prior births. So 40% never had a child before, and one. So with having one child before, it says 26%, and two or more, 33%. Okay. So it says here, let me see. There was one particular point that I wanted to bring out. It says here, women choose abortion for multiple reasons. The most common reason cited is that the pregnancy would interfere with education, work, or ability to care of the dependent. Okay, so really that's the mentality, man. Selfishness. Okay, that would interfere having a baby, but again, we know that the Lord has allowed you to have that baby. Okay, one of the beautiful uh, duties, I can say duties because it's really a duty. Okay, one of the beautiful attributes that a woman has is the ability to bring forth seed. Okay, the seed of a man. That's the beautiful thing that a woman can do. She can bring forth seed. Okay, okay. So the man has seed, but he plows the woman, and then the woman as the earth, as they say, Mother Earth. The woman would fertilize the seed and bring it unto to life. Okay. But now, because these women in this society, because Isa Edom has pushed the mentality of get your education, play the field, be a harlot, okay? Be wicked as you want. Don't worry about the family. You don't need a man. That's the mentality that Isa Edom has pushed on the world, a death culture, okay? This Western world is under the vibration of the wicked, okay? That's the mentality that is pushed on the women nowadays, okay? So basically they're instead of being family oriented, they're selfish. They only think about themselves. And even after they get their education, even after they're focused on themselves, later on the woman, they have a time clock. Okay, when they reach 40, 45, the menopause. Okay, There comes to a certain time that you can't have babies. It comes to a certain time and age where it becomes dangerous for you to even try to have a baby. Okay? That is why the demon Isa Edom wants to take your whole youth. It takes your youth from the moment that you go to kindergarten, from the moment that you end up in university, college, or whatnot. Okay, he wants your time. He wants you to focus and think about that when really you'd be happier having a family, taking care of your man, bringing up your children. Okay, because of the lies, because of the deceit, because of the wine that Isa Edom has pushed forth in the world, the people think these people are very selfish. Okay, they're on the mentality of me, myself, and I. Okay, which again makes it them being selfish, thinking only about themselves, makes it even easier to resort into child sacrifice, to causing leading to abortions. Okay, not knowing these people, they don't know that they're bowing down to Molech. They don't know that they're partaking in witchcraft when they do such a thing. Because again, these people are in dark gross, they're in dark grossness. Okay, see, these people don't know that they're doing wrong. Matter of fact, it says there it's a routine healthcare practice, to the point that they think it's normal, they think it's good, they think it's beneficial for them. But no, man, by doing that, you're committing rebellion against the Lord. You're partaking into witchcraft, like I just said. Okay. All right, because again, the Lord put that baby in your womb. The Lord wanted you to have that baby, but then you turn around and say, "No, no, God is wrong, and I need to take care of myself." All right. So it says here, back to the scriptures, and Salakia, one another. It says here that nearly half of those who have abortions are single, because again, the mindset, the customs of this Western society. Okay, this dating culture. Okay, that freakism culture that's being pushed out on the Western side of the world, man. Okay, most of these people, they're single. Well, technically, once you have sex, that's your husband. Okay, that's your wife. Okay, but because of this mentality of this dating culture, okay, these people, they sleep with one guy, they sleep with another guy, they sleep with another guy, to the point you don't even know who the father is. Okay, you see. And so nearly half of those people who have abortion, they're single. Okay, you see. So that's another down another wickedness. So that's another wickedness that can be associated with this society, man. Okay, as Yahushua said, we live in an adulterous and wicked generation, right? Okay, again, furthermore, because the wicked are in rulership. Okay, and they're not pushing the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. They're pushing the ways that are completely adverse to the ways of the Bible. Okay, so it says here in Leviticus 20:1, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, again, thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed unto Molech, okay, he shall surely be put to death. Okay, and again, these laws are not implemented in this society, man. If you have an abortion, it says what, you're supposed to be put to death, because it says what, a life for a life. Okay, and that's righteous, so that you can take away sin from off Israel, man. You can't just go around killing people, man. You just, as a woman, if you're a woman, you can't just go around sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and having abortions every week, man. All right? That's against the scriptures of Yahweh Hashem El Shai. You yourself, for doing such a thing, you should be put to death as well. Okay, but again, these laws are not they're not implemented in this society, man. Because if they were, a lot of these women, the number of women that would be on the earth would be cut down to a dramatically, okay, drastically, okay. So again, it says here, he shall surely be put to death, and the people of the land shall stone him with stones. Okay, and I will set my face against that man, and I will cut him from among his people, because he had given his seed unto Molech, to defile my sanctuary and to profane my holy name. And if the people of the land do any ways hide their eyes from that man, when he giveth his seed unto Molech, and kill him not. And then, if you turn your eyes, you act like you didn't see nothing. What does it say? Then will I set my face against that man. So you again, you're gonna be you're gonna be accounted accomplice to the crime. Okay, you're gonna be labeled as you're a partaker of that the same action. Okay, so the Lord is gonna judge you as well. Okay, for you acting like you didn't see what happened. Okay, for you turning a blind eye to the wickedness that is being promoted. Okay, because you can't have judgment with respect of person. Okay, whatever the Lord says, that's what goes, man. And if the people of the land do any way hide their eyes from the man when he giveth his seed unto Molech, and kill him not, because you're supposed to put that person to death. Okay, and if the says what, then will I set my face against that man and against his family, and I will cut him off, and all that go whoring after him to commit whoredom with Molech. Because bringing it back to the beginning, the devising of idol is the beginning of spiritual fornication. So for you to go and commit to do child sacrifices, or to go and do a abortion, that's you committing whoredom with Molech. Okay, that's the modern day term. How do you commit whoredom with Molech? By doing a abortion. Okay, that's the same thing as doing whoredom with Molech. Okay, from among their people, and the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards to go a whoring after them, will I even set my face against that soul, and I will cut him off from among my people. So again, abortions is regarded as rebellion, because the Lord told you not to do it, and the Lord said, "What? I will not suffer a witch to live." Okay, so again, by you doing these things, you have to be put to death. There is not going to be any abortions in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, certainly not by the children of Israel. Okay, if these other nations they do such a thing, they will be put to death, man. Those laws, the things that I was just reading, they're going to be implemented, man. These other nations are going to have to kill their own, because he has forsaken the laws of the Lord, man. Everyone will have to follow after the vibration of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai and keep his commandments, man. We're going back to the old world, man. Okay, this world where evil is good and good is evil is coming to an end. Okay, because this place cannot be established. Because a kingdom can only be established by righteousness. And what is the righteousness? The ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Which said, if you do any if you commit if you give your seed to Molech, you have to be put to death. Okay, and that way of life is going to come back in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, there's going to be order, structure, and peace in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, it says here, sanctify yourselves therefore, and be ye holy. How are you holy? By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Because holy meaning separate. And what separates Israel from the rest of the world? The fact that the Lord has given them the law, statutes, and commandments. By keeping those things, by obeying the voice of the Lord, that's what makes you holy. Okay? Not because you accepted Jesus. Not because you're a good person. Not because you gave change to a homeless person. That's good. But are you keeping the law, statutes, and commandments? Are you keeping the Sabbath? Do you know the name of the Lord? Okay, that's what makes you holy. Okay, trying to the best of your ability to keep the law, statutes, and commandments in this wicked kingdom. All right. So it says here, "For I am the Lord your power, and ye shall keep my statutes." Again, keep doing the work. That's an action. You shall keep my statutes and do them. I am the Lord which sanctified you. All right. So it says here, Molech is represented as a foreign deity who was at time illegitimately given a place in Israel's worship. So again, just as I read that we were not to follow after the ways of the heathen, eventually the hard-headed, the stubborn, the stiff-necked Israelites during the time of when we were in our kingdom, when we were in our land, they committed spiritual fornication by worshiping Molech. Okay, in the land of Israel. Okay, the laws given to Moses by the Most High expressly forbade the Israelites to do what was done in Egypt or in Canaan. Okay, in the land of Canaan, in our land. Okay, as I read before in Leviticus 18, do not let your seed go through the fire unto Molech. Do not sacrifice your children unto the gods of the idols, unto the gods of the nations. Yet kings such as Ahaz, okay, pertaining to 2 Kings 16:3, and Manasseh, 2 Kings 21:6, are reported to have worshipped Molech at the hill of Tophet near Jerusalem. This site flourished under Manasseh's son, King Amon. So you know the kings of Judah, the kings of Israel, often when they were wicked, they caused Israel to go a whoring after the ways of the Gentiles. Okay, that were around about them. Okay, so again, the king of Ammon made flourish that hill to worship after a Molech, but it was destroyed during the reign of Josiah, the reformer, and he defiled Tophet, which is in the valley of the sons of Hinnom, that no man might burn his son or his daughters as an offering to Molech. Okay, so 2 Kings 23:10. Okay, and then it really goes back into it. So again, we had that righteous king, King Josiah, who destroyed that temple. Okay, so that no one could go and sacrifice their children anymore, man, unto Molech. Okay, so it says here the Canaanites not only practiced child sacrifice, they also engage in temple prostitution. Okay, all these practices contribute to a culture of death. It contributes to a culture of death. To follow after idols, that's you following after a culture of death. Okay? While the Most High led the Israelites into a culture that respected life. That's why the Lord told you, do not commit, do not sacrifice your children unto Molech. Do not do not go and have abortions. Okay, because the Lord promotes life. He's the one that made that gave you the opportunity to have seed. Okay, and again, the women have the responsibility in that action, but the men also. Okay, we are all to blame because we're in the situation because we have sinned against the Lord, not all right. So again, it says here, sacrificing children or infants in exchange for favors is antithetical. Okay, so it's against the most so that's against the Lord's nature. Okay, because again, the Lord is all about life. Okay, the Lord is a lover of life. Okay, right? He's the power of the living. He's not the power of the dead. Okay, and he condemns the practice in the in the strongest term. He condemns it. Okay, that's why if you go and do an abortion in the time in the time where the law, statutes, and commandments were implemented in a righteous kingdom, if you were to have an abortion, you would be put to death because the Lord condemns murders. The Lord condemns killing. Okay, it says what? Thou shalt not kill. Or it's like thou shalt not murder. Okay? There's such a thing of putting someone to death because they killed, because they committed wickedness. Okay? So again, the Lord has so again, that's what it is, man. Alright? So modern day so the modern day way of following after Molech is by child sacrifice, which is abortions. Right? So again, you see the vanity of following after these things, of following after idols because they're never lived. Okay, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is the true and living power, and He's the one to be feared. He's the one to be worshipped. He's the one to be praised with all our hearts, with all our mights, with all our mind. Okay, serve Him and fear Him. Okay, that's what is expected of us as servants of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Turn away from your old path. Turn away from your old ways. Forsake your sins and seek the Lord 10 times more, man. All right. So again, this was the vanity of idolatry, Molech, the power of the Canaanites. Okay, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of Israel, those who keep the law, statutes, and commandments, push forth the word where the people hear or forbear, and are waiting upon Yahushai to come deliver them from this wicked kingdom. All right? DTA Ababa Ball, Kwam Yashala. Soon. Soon, soon, soon.